Harper Audio presents The Hearts of Men, a novel, by Nickolas Butler, performed by Verner. Where stars that died gave out, gave up, gave in. Where no one meant the promises they made. Oh, and one more thing. I send my love, however long and far it takes, through light, through time, through all the faithlessness of men. Dear Miss Emily, by James Galvin. Have faith, old heart. What is living, anyway, but dying? Known to be Left, by Sharon Olds. Part 1. Summer, 1962. The Bugler. 1. The bugler needs no alarm. In the musty, close canvas darkness, his smallish hands fumble for the matchbox, scratch the blue sulphurous tip against the box, the match catching and burning, and finally the golden kerosene glow of the lantern, the wick burning like a lung on fire. He yawns, rubs the sleep from his eyes. In this new light, he seeks and finds his glasses, and now can make out the familiar particularities of his tent, its shadows, his things. An owl hoots from the crown of a nearby maple, as the boy flaps open the tent and shivers in the pre-dawn cold. His bare feet move lightly over the well-trod camp soil. He tugs his white underwear down and, trembling, sends an arc of piss onto the big accepting fronds of the unseen ferns. It is a pleasant sound, like rainwater bouncing off a canvas awning. Then back into the tent, now that much warmer for the flame of the Coleman. It is a race until dawn. The youngest in his troop of some 30 boys, Nelson, sleeps alone. His possessions are neatly organized into piles: socks, underwear, shorts, books. Shirts and trousers hang from a line that he has erected to follow the tent's central pole. Mornings, he is glad of the tent's solitude. But at nights, the campsite and forest are alive with the low murmuring and high giggling of boys and their nocturnal conversations. This reminds him of his loneliness. It is the 5th summer he has visited Camp Chippewa, and the 2nd time he has had a tent to himself. Sometimes he creeps out around midnight to watch the kabuki theater of the other boys' flashlights, hear the pages of comic books turning and the plastic crinkling of candy wrappers, smell their contraband cigarettes. His father half-heartedly volunteered to bunk with him, but both parent and son recognized in this gesture something ultimately embarrassing. No, it was better for Nelson to be on his own. Perhaps at some point in the week he might gain a roommate, some other young scout badly homesick or alienated by his peers and in need of refuge, some boy who'd accidentally wet his sleeping bag. Nelson would be ready to consolidate his belongings to one side of the tent as necessary, ready to assemble another cot, ready to be helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, cheerful. Now he carries a woven birch bark basket out of his tent, toward the camp's fire ring of black-scarred rocks. He walks past tents whose canvas walls seem to ripple with snores and dream noises rattling out into the night. Up above, the Milky Way spills out over the forest canopy, in tiny pockets as purple and sparkling as amethyst, or as pale blue as the heart of a glacier. He bends down beside the fire ring, holds his little hands over last night's coals. Residual heat radiates against his palms, warms the soft pads of his fingertips. He lowers himself to his knees and, leaning into the fire pit, begins blowing at the embers, his lungs well practiced from the bugle. After a minute or two of patient puffing, the fire begins to glow a drowsy red. From the basket he removes a ball of dry
Sample complete. Ready to continue?